advantage as far as drafts go.
Well, it's time to jump straight into the land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, for the first game of Leg 2, Aura versus Evos. Again, when we're taking a look at both of these matchups, it is, as predicted, Hai in the jungle with his Aula's signature pick, Kabuki, in with that Yuzong, and Clover responding with an Esmeralda there. So Xborg will be the XP lane.
I do have to say that this is one of the most conventional drafts that Aura Fire has brought to the table. It was predictable, and we're going to see, can Evos Legends actually take it when it comes down to it? Because time and time again, Evos Legends, when they're going against their Owls, they always seem to fail of bringing CC to the table. But now we are in a technical pause.
Guys.
So we're going to...
I'm sorry. I got too hyped. Remember, all right? There was two types of talents you usually see on the Aulas. You see a killing spree or a demon slayer.
Yeah.
Did you see what Hai brought? High and dry. I said it. High and dry. We saw this high and dry talent in the MDL when Hans played the Aulas. So it's a very risky talent to have because sure, you do get the better 1v1s, and if you come in late into the fight, you literally just demolish everyone. But there you go. That's something to note down. That's the playstyle that Aura Fire wants to go for this game.
So what you're saying is it actually gives benefits when they're in a 1v1 situation, right? So that also opens the possibility for Aura to perhaps go for a split push if they really want to. So again, just showing yet again the flexibility of Aura, and on top of that, the flexibility of this Aura's pick as well. 3 different emblems. That's a bit, a bit unique. I think surprising for MPL, right?
But if they want to go for that split push type of strategy, how is that going to work? I mean, the Natalia is in the hands of Evos Legends, so when it comes down to it, Natalia is gonna be having the better map vision.
I think there's just, again, it will just come down to how they execute it, right? Obviously, how the game is going will determine whether or not they even go for that split push. So if we think that Aura is going to mimic what Rebellion was doing, they're going to just go for those team fights. And as Rico mentioned, if Hai is just left alone, finally at the end of the fight, he's just going to demolish everyone. So that is a very specific situation that he needs to try and find. So we'll see if he actually gets to get full value out of that emblem.
We also need to understand that also Rafaela is one of the big counters towards this Natalia, adding a little bit more sustain and also opening up the map really well with her first ability. Facehugger now caught in a bad situation first. She jumps in onto Facehugger, still able to flicker away as Rekt was positioning really well to get that flicker. But man, really good plays from both of the teams so far. Evos with the proactive movements.
Yeah, Evos Legends are really playing aggressive and even forcing these resources, baiting them out from the side of Aura Fire. We're going to see, Natalia for the moment hasn't been roaming as much as I expected, knowing that the turtle will spawn soon. So I really do expect some more aggressive movements coming in from Evos Legends, and we'll see how it will work, because for the moment, I don't think he's popped off yet, but we'll see.
Well, no, it's in a funny shot because like both teams don't really have an engage, but as I say that.
Yeah, Godiva already getting chunked right there as Hai goes in for some damage onto Rekt. That's the Undying Fury popped in. First blood picked up by Godiva right now. It's actually the turtle contested. Evos will be able to finish that off as Luminaire goes in for some damage, but an objective and a kill traded here in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Wow. I mean, Hai, for the first time, has actually lost a Retribution War. So already very interesting movements coming from Aura Fire as well as Evos Legends. But as it stands, Evos Legends, they want to play the discipline game. And Aura Fire, they're looking okay, I guess. We'll see how aggressive they can do as they are going to be rotations on the map.
Well, Hai is on an Aulus, and as we mentioned, previously when Rebellion was using it, minute 7 is where it starts getting traction, but your Godiva will be the target.
Okay, Holy Optus is going to be pop right there. Spersic jumps in for some damage. That's Airstrike coming in. High and dry comes in strong from Hai. He just eats them like food, just like you guys can with MPLIDX Grab. Get your food at half the price with Grab Food and Grab Mart.
Yeah, I think Fursic went a little bit too hasty in that team fight, but we'll see.
Oh, Clover manages to steal the gold buff, but now Hai will be the next target.
Yeah, Rekt jumps in, execution right there. Kabuki goes in for the Petrify, gonna be able to connect onto Rekt right now, so damage will be enough from the side of Facehugger. Immense follow-up coming in. Clover gonna get chunked really low by Kabuki's passive, but in the end, it's just a 1-for-1. Worth it for Evos though. Roamer for jungler.
Roamer for jungler obviously is a very worthwhile trade. And Evos right now, for the most part, are still working with their win conditions, right? Luminar has been relatively untouched due to the pressure that Evos Legends is able to bring in the early game. I was about to mention earlier how both roamers in these two teams aren't exactly those engaged roamers, but of course Rekt being on the Natalia, already building for damage, has a lot more presence in the early game compared to the Rafaela, which will become a lot more relevant once we go into that mid-game situation. But Kabuki right now with the War Axe, for sure will be starting to look to do more aggressive plays, but of course he is up against Clover.
Okay, we'll see. Because as it stands, it does seem like Evos Legends is still leading in terms of gold, but I feel like the movements coming in from Aura Fire is also there. In terms of team fight, they're a bit stronger because they do have the Feather Airstrike, so every time they are looking for an engage. But wait a minute.
Rekt goes in for the silence, canceling out that Feather Airstrike here as Evos Legends will be forced to back away for now. Aura, though, they have really low HP bars. Will be able to finish off the turtle with the Retribution. Kabuki now looking for an opening into the fight. Luminar gonna get chunked and taken down by Kabuki. A perfect utilization of that Black Dragon form here in the 4th minute. Objective and a kill.
Wow.
But it seems like Evos Legends are looking for something, but not just yet. And this is what I wanted to mention. Aura Fire last time around, they were very weak against that Sicilion. But I do feel like Aura Fire has already adapted to the Sicilion gameplay. And we saw the impact that Kabuki can have, especially opening up and just diving towards that backline and eliminating that threat. But once again, Hai.
Going in for the 2v1, almost outplaying that situation. Doesn't really have that Undying Fury, but Evos Legends will just pick up that kill. An easy pick-off. Again, they have 2 assassins, so this is what they should do.
Yeah, they are and should be stronger in the early stage of the game, but how is it that Aura Fire has actually taken that gold lead, Arashi?
Well, of course, there's the fact that they were able to actually find good trades, and they were able to steal the turtle earlier due to Hai's great, retribution calculation. So for now, I think it's in a weird spot because in the late game, for sure they'll be the Aulus, but Luminar is also on a Sicilion, and of course Clover is on the Esmeralda. So in a way, both these teams are essentially equal, and it just comes down to it that in the early game, the assassin presence from Evos Legends will be a lot more relevant. Although once we get to the super late game, we have seen, at least on Val, right, how scary the Natalia can be 1v1ing in that split push situation in the late game. So we'll have to see. I think it comes down again to the execution, man. If one team can get ahead and start snowballing soon, I think that will just start turning the tides in the favor of Aura, if they can do it, because they do have the Aulus.
Yeah, 20 seconds as well on that turtle. So how will they rotate? How will they set up for this? Because for the moment, I just see a lot of pressure on those side lanes. But once again, here, Anti-Mate is caught in a 2v1 situation.
You can just see the damage coming in from that High and Dry as he pops the Undying Fury. But Evos Legends, they're looking for the rotation onto that top side. They're not looking to mirror here. They might just collapse onto High and Fluffy. Fluffy goes over the Flicker onto Anti-Mate right now, but High goes in for a 1v3. He gets out, and Fluffy picks up the kill. Look at how they're able to isolate these targets. And Luminar, I don't think he's going to be able to do that. Fluffy joining in to the fight once more. Rekt picks up the kill, but Facehugger obliterates Luminar in the backside of the mid lane as well. We have another fight going on, but Facehugger needs to be very careful. Fiercely coming in for the damage. Facehugger will not be able to run out of this one. Maybe he can though. The Flicker, he's buying time to wing by his wings. Fiercely slashes and dices him, but Aura picks up 2 objectives in that fight.
And while that was happening, Evos Legends has actually didn't see the fact that Aura Fire was looking for that neutral objective in that turtle. So even though Aura Fire lost that fight in the top side, Evos Legends has actually lost in a way, but they are able to get a tower out of it. So once again, Evos Legends, they're looking for the trades on the map, even though Aura Fire has been setting up a bit better.
I think it's still very even for sure. And the fact that Evos were sending so many people and took so long to get the job done, it really is quite concerning. And as of right now, dude, as we mentioned in the previous game with Rebellion, all this starts getting online at that 8-minute mark, more or less. So I think Aura Fire is about to turn up the tempo. That is what their comp is designed to do. They have a lot more dynamic of an engage with the Black Dragon form as well as the Glorious Pathway. So right now, I think very, very soon, we're going to see Aura just step on the gas and go full speed.
Yeah, Aura Fire High has also already reached that level 12 power spike. So now it's getting a little bit scary for the side of Evos Legends if they want to go in aggressively like First is doing now.
Oh my god, that's literally everything popped, and Kabuki might be just going for it. Oh! Kabuki goes in for the Petrify and a double kill for Aura. That's the dragon, and Godiva goes in for the holy baptism as well. Controlled chaos for Aura Fire in game 1.
That was huge, being able to get so many pickoffs off the board. But now, Evos Legends, they do understand they're a bit behind, and Natalia will actually be able to split push here, Mirko.
Look who's here, it's High and Dry, baby! Clover gonna get melted down by the damage coming from Aura Fire, but he still manages to get away, not for long, as the Feather Airstrike will claim that kill. A 5k gold lead for Aura Fire right now. Rex is in the flanks, but what is he gonna do? He's gonna get spotted out, and he might just be the next victim here. First jumping out of the face sucker, but it's gonna be High, dealing the damage onto the backside on Dying Fury. Gonna be able to zone him away, as Fairsick is forced to back up. Luminaire goes in for the Sanguine Claws to stop this momentum from going, but Aura Fire, man, they're ferocious. A 1-for-0, and they might just look for the Lord.
We were talking about Godiva on that utility type of roam with the healing, with the sustainability, but also Godiva is actually able to give a lot of movement speed for the side of Aura Fire, and I think that is huge for High, being able to get so much damage onto the members of Evos Legends. And I feel like the synergy from Aura Fire is really coming out strong, as we're going to take a look at the fun fact here by Grab, that it seems like Evos Legends always wins the game against Aura if they pick Cecilion, and that might just be a fact broken in this current game.
I think right now the Sicilian wants to have a lot of impact in this game. It's going to be very difficult, man. Kabuki is 3-0 and Facehugger is 3-1. That is a lot of damage from so far away. Luminaire will be zoned out or risk getting one-shot by multiple different members on the side of Aura Fire. So right now, they're able to get full control. They get that Lord, and with the Genius one right now, the damage threats from Aura Fire is both physical and magical. So I think for at least another 5 or 7 minutes, Evos Legends is going to be very... it's going to have such a high difficulty to try and itemize against this. We take a look now at the item builds for Aura Fire. Facehugger has the Lightning Truncheon as well, so the burst damage onto Wrecked, Fairsick, or Luminaire will be insane. Luminaire himself already has a Lightning Truncheon as well, but he will be outranged, and that is something that's quite significant. Fluffy with the Dominance Ice will be able to reduce the healing from every one of the members from Evos Legends, but now he goes in.
Wow, in a 1v3, he's still able to survive. He pops the Glorious Pathway to bring his friends back, but it's all just a bait. That's going to be the 3-wave setup pushed in for the side of Aura Fire. Wreck is able to clear out that top side, though. Clover now trying to buy a little bit more time in towards that top side of the map, pushing and baiting away the Lord. Now as Anti-Mage jumps in, not going to be able to deal any damage. A bad impact as well. Kabuki goes in for the Petrify onto Fairsick, and the damage will not be enough to take him down. Evos Legends have lost the base turret. Godiva going to get pulled back with the Sanguine Claws. Anti-Mage burning him down as Clover jumps in for some damage, but it's going to be High, zoning him away. Rek'Na going for the Execute. Will be able to get that, but it's going to be him traded back into the game. Clover goes in for the Falling Sun. We're on the backside, but High goes in again. A double kill, and Undying Fury as well. It's going to be Anti-Mage running for the midst of it all. Kabuki will finish him off and take the mega kill. Aura Fire still, even though they're in Evos' base, they win the fight.
They win the fight even though that they were kind of in a tough spot. I mean, the Natalia came in at the last minute, was able to get one, but the follow-up damage coming in from Aura Fire was just there. And when it kind of comes down to it, Aura Fire is now leading with an 8,000 gold lead. Only 2 towers left from the side of Evos Legends, as we're going to take a look at the instant replay here, presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G.
And you can see High, even though he's so low, able to actually turn the tides onto Evos Legends. And just like that, Aura just goes for a lot more tempo, keep pushing their momentum, and I think they can keep doing this as long as they don't group together and get comboed, right? The only way I think Evos turn this around is for a Sanguine Claw to land on multiple people, comboed by the ulti from Anti-Mage, but Fluffy again going in solo.
At this point, he won't die. He is never going to get taken down.
I mean, there's not enough DPS, right? He's just so beefy. He can take multiple burst damages from the side of Evos Legends. But even if they do that, that's all the damage onto a High loss. So High can just go in, Kabuki can just go in. They're just stuck in a very difficult spot right now.
Yeah.
Wreck still able to get out with that immunity, but this is Aura Fire playing it really, really well. Look at how they're playing the map. They're freezing the waves, not really giving Evos Legends a space to farm. Luminaire, yeah, the record might be broken here, Eterna. Evos haven't lost a game with the Sicilian, but it's looking really grim for Evos.
It's definitely looking bleak here for Luminaire. I guess they could kind of be a bit more patient, but I don't know how long that they can, buy time, because look at this, Fluffy. is just going crazy, and none of those bad impacts can actually affect him that much. And unfortunately, from the side of Evos Legends, from the composition they brought to the table, Evos Legends, they're relying heavily onto the damage coming in from Luminaire, and if Luminaire can't do it, who can?
I'm not sure, man. The only real threat aside from Luminaire will be Fairsick, I think.
Oh my god.
But even then, I don't think it's enough. Rek finds for info, but Godiva slows him down.
He goes for the slow, and the Holy Baptism will be able to just lock him down with a Feather Airstrike as well. 2 ultimates burnt away from the side of Aura Fire. Evos Legends looking for the damage right now. Glorious Pathway going to be popped, and that's actually the Sanguine Claws connecting on the 3 members. On Die Fury going to be popped high, dealing a lot of damage, but losing as well in this fight. Kabuki going for the Black Dragon form, zoning the members away from this base, but it is still Evos Legends with a beautiful, beautiful defense. Aura Fire, they don't want to stop there. A proactive movement on towards that top side. Sanguine Claw's going to be able to connect onto Godiva, but no real punishment for now. Both teams don't really want to pull the trigger. They're just going to wait a little bit more for the objectives.
Interesting. Aura Fire, they're playing rather disciplinedly. I thought they would go for it, but look at this. Clover gets caught.
Feathered Airstrike once again. Anti-Mage is forced to use his ultimate defensively. When your X-Borg needs to pop that ultimate defensively, you know it's over. It's a 10,000 gold lead.
It's a 10,000 gold lead, and for the most part, Evos can defend on the back of Luminaire having such insane wave clear on the Sicilian in this late game, right? 15 minutes right now. He can actually defend quite well, but for how long? For the most part, they're going to be stuck inside their base. Aura can comfortably just lock them in there and go for the next Evolved Lord, and that will be the real test, right? That will be, I think, the main goal for Aura, and we have to see if Evos can defend even then.
Kabuki zoning so well right now, but as of now, we're going to take a look at the real-time win probability here presented to you by the Samsung Galaxy A series. 67% for the side of Aura Fire, and as it stands, it makes sense. Look at the pressure that they have on the map. Look at the gold lead. All the objectives that they've taken away from the side of Evos Legends, as it is going to be another engage perhaps, or just some zoning going on.
Yeah, the issue right now with the Sicilian, yes, the damage is there, but for the most part, no real protection for Luminaire on the Sicilian, and Facehugger can still very easily outrange that damage, so they're stuck in a weird spot, but look at that bad impact damage onto high.
It's a bad habit from Evos Legends.
Oh,
not bringing CC.
Yeah, I think they were just relying on the macro play and the coordination to try and work around the way I think Onyx was trying to do against, was it Onyx? I forgot. Well, there was a team that was able to actually maneuver very well against an Aldous, right? Just kite back perfectly so that he doesn't get in range to actually do a lot of damage. But I think it's just very tough, especially because the Aldous is backed up by so much crowd control. The Glorious Pathway, the Divine Baptism as well. So Lord now up, and control is still very much in the hands of Aura. We take a look at the items right now for Facehugger. The Divine Glaive is already available as well. And Athena Shield on Godiva will allow him to actually stay in the front for a bit longer. But Fluffy zoning everyone back.
Once again, Fluffy going in for the engage right now. It's going to be Kabuki cutting off Luminaire. Holy Baptism will shut him down. They don't need the Lord. They'll simply just take the game here. Only Fairsick, Anti-Mage, and Rek left to defend. Anti-Mage running for the hills, but it's hammer time, baby. High goes in for the damage. Fairsick left alone in the base once more. Deja vu, and that is going to be Fairsick taken down. Not for long. Wait a minute. He's still able to buy a lot of time here, and Aura Fire will be able to just take everyone down. That's game number 1 for the Dragons.
Game number 1 for the Aura Fire there with a very dominant showing. I mean, even from the get-go, it did seem like Evos Legends were looking for the proactive movements on the map, but unfortunately, it was instantly punished by the side of Aura Fire.